Yo, what's good out there, world? Welcome to this prep edition for tradeMarc Sunday's Best this evening of February the 27th, 2021. And I'm prepping food for tradeMarc Sunday's Best for February the 28th, 2021. So, right here, I have some boneless chicken thighs, and I'm going to actually be using them for my homemade chicken and shrimp yak. And to my right, I have some party wings. That's about 3 pounds of party wings. Well, actually, they were chicken wings, so I just asked the butcher to chop them up for me to party wings and get rid of the tips. So now I'm getting ready to season my poultry and put this in the refrigerator and let this marinate overnight. Now I'm about to add a little olive oil to my poultry and make sure I mix it in real well. I want my seasonings to stick to my chicken so they can marinate really good overnight. Or at least let them marinate for some hours. And of course, you can season it to your taste, to your liking. Now let's make the broth. Okay, now I'm getting ready to make some chicken broth so I can put here over in my string beans, which I'm going to cook overnight in the slow cooker on low, like for 6 to 7 hours. So right now I just have my string beans. I got some smoked turkey tail and some onions. So now I'm going to actually make my broth. So right here I have 4 cups of hot water, and I'm actually going to use this right here, Better Than Bouillon roasted garlic chicken. So I'm going to use 2 teaspoons, but this is a half a teaspoon, so I'm going to use like 4 of these. Mix it in. Make sure it's all like mixed in before I add the other. So right now I'm at 1 teaspoon. And this is actually some really good broth right here. Once I got turned on to it, I love it. I don't even get the cubes anymore. I get this. So I'm going to give it a nice stir. And once it's dissolved, it's done. So now I'm going to add it in my slow cooker for my string beans. And like I said, I'm going to cook this on low until tomorrow. Now, I'll probably season it. I won't season it until probably after it's like almost done. I want to see what these natural flavors going to like bring before I actually add any more seasonings to it. All right, now I'm ready to add my shrimp shells inside the boiling water, and this is going to create my shrimp. This is going to create my shrimp boil. This is going to be a nice stock. I meant to say a shrimp stock. Trying to still get my, my dialogue and my, the proper things to say. I'm learning though. But this is going to be my shrimp stock. And like I said, I have 2/3 cup of onions, 2/3 cups of scallions, 2/3 cups of half a cup of green pepper, and I I got like a pound of shrimps, and I got them in the refrigerator, but I peeled them, and now I put them all inside this pot of water so it can make a broth. So I'm going to let this cook like for an hour. I'll put a lid on it. And this is actually my spaghetti pot. I got the holes on it so you can get some ventilation. But I'm going to turn it down just a tad bit and let this cook for an hour. So now I'm about to strain my shrimp broth. I put a strainer inside of the bowl first so it can catch all of the vegetables and the shrimp shells. And I'm going to shake it to make sure I get all the broth from out there. And make sure I discard it of the vegetables and the shells once I get all the broth out. Now I'm going to add some of this chicken roasted broth. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons inside of this water, and this is like 2 quarts of water. And I'm going to stir it until it gets mixed in. So I'm mixing it, and now it's almost dissolved. So now I'm going to put the lids on and set this aside. And I'm going to get to the chicken. But as you can see, I already boiled my eggs for the, yeah. So let me get to this chicken. So right now I'm going to put some oil in the pan. I'm going to spread it around to make sure the oil get in the pan evenly. Now I'm about to add my cold chicken thighs. And I'm just going to let these cook for about 2 minutes so it can get brown. I'm going to agitate it a little bit with my spatula. So now my chicken is browning and it's starting to make its own broth. So I covered it and I let it simmer like for 2 minutes. Now I'm gonna get ready to add some chicken broth to it. And the chicken made its own broth also. Now I'm going to add the shrimp broth, and that's just like 1 quart. So it was like 1 quart of shrimp broth, and I added 2 quarts of chicken broth. So now I'm going to mix this. Just stir it a little bit. And I'm going to add some more seasoning to it. And I'm just adding a little seafood magic, so some garlic. An hour, I added some shrimps in, and I'm going to leave these in like for another 6 minutes. But like I said, it's been on like for an hour. The chicken is at the texture that I like. I don't want it real like mushy soft. I still want a texture to it, a nice texture where I can chew. So I'm going to let this cook for another 6 minutes. And after that, brother going to bed. I thank everyone who had joined me for this prep edition of tradeMarc Sunday's Best. And I'll holler at y'all a little later with the menu. Peace.